Joining me is head football coach Norm Esch. Talking with Coach Kim Nelson-Brown. Talking with Tommy Gilbert from the swim team. And joining us is Coach Oz of women's soccer. Welcome to the Titan Coaches Show. I'm your host, Derek Bohlman. Joining us, cross-country runner Annalese Chudy. And Annalese, we thank you for joining us on Titan Coaches Show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Now, you're obviously cross-country. You're a runner, distance runner. You also do track and field. What is the distance that women run in college for cross-country, roughly?
Yeah, so women in college, we do a 6K.
6K. So that's a little over 3 miles, 3.5 miles, somewhere in that area.
Yeah, like almost 3.75, just under. So.
Okay, so three and 3/4 almost
yeah,
for those
pretty
who are
much.
decimally challenged,
Yeah.
and that. So when you run the race, first of all, congratulations! You took second in the CCIW as a sophomore. You're also the first Illinois Wesleyan female cross country runner as a sophomore to qualify individually for the NCAA championship. What's it like to be that top runner and do so well in the CCIW?
Yeah, it's really exciting. I definitely, coming into this year, this summer really trained hard and really was able to, obviously coming in as a freshman, you're getting used to college and everything, so the summer training before freshman year wasn't quite as consistent, and so coming in this year and training very consistently and the most mileage I've ever run, definitely like coming in and staying healthy was awesome. So it's really exciting and really excited for the future of the team too. So.
Well, let's talk about that transition your freshman year from high school to college. The distance goes from about 2 miles to, as you said, 6K or almost 4 miles. So almost double the distance, not quite. But what's the transition going from high school to college like for cross country?
Yeah, so in high school in Illinois, we run 3 miles usually. And then so now I'm running 6K. So that definitely the first 6K I remember last year was a shock for sure. But it was, I definitely think I love the distance part of running. So now getting used to it is nice. And usually we do like a 2 mile kind of rust buster at the beginning of the year, the Titan opener. And then we transition into the 5K and then eventually the 6K. So.
Well, and I apologize getting the high school distance
that's
wrong.
Okay.
Oh, they changed it since I was in high school last century. It used to be 2 miles for the women and 3 miles for the men, roughly.
Yeah.
But they have changed that. So, as you said, it was different this year coming in, already knowing what you're going to do, getting that mileage in over the summer. As you run that race, what's kind of your strategy? And I realize it changes from race to race, who the competition is and all that. But are you a front runner who tries to hold on, or are you someone who kind of lays back and kicks it towards the end?
I would say in high school, especially the end of my high school career, I used to go out pretty hard and I would pay for it for sure. But I think in college, so far, I like to get out pretty hard, but definitely, more conservatively, I would say, than I have in the past. So usually I just try to kind of go on feel and, get out pretty well. Depends on, obviously, like, who you're running with, but it was definitely helpful this weekend. We had a team to our left that got out pretty hard. So
that you were able to grab onto some shoulders there. And
yeah.
Now, I'm going to bring this up because people don't think about this in running, but auto racing, they do some slipstreaming, cars getting behind others, blocking the wind. Is that something that you do in cross country, that you kind of hide behind a runner if you're going hard into a wind?
I definitely think maybe the first K, I was like, it's pretty cold out here, it's windy, so trying to get behind people. There was a pretty good pack at the front, so it was kind of nice to have the wind blocked a little bit. But.
So and I know the courses again vary, but I'm guessing at the start it's pretty wide open as far as the terrain, but it narrows down sometimes as the race goes on. What are some of the challenges as that terrain narrows down?
Yeah, so once it kind of, you kind of funnel in, so it's a little bit of a smaller area, you kind of got to make sure you get your position, and it was really packed up at the beginning there. The team race was really interesting to watch from, the pack just off the leader. It was cool to see. Wartburg women were all up there, and then U Chicago came up, and they looked over, and I was like, oh, here we go. Like, it was kind of cool. But the first K, it was really compact, so just trying to make sure I kept my footing and running the tangents as much as I could, too, was important.
Now, most of the college cross-country courses, are they a little wider than the high school ones? Because I know when I ran in high school, we had a dirt path through the woods. I mean, and it was hard to pass in some of those woods. A little bit wider in college?
Yeah, I would say so. There's definitely several courses we run on that are like designed for cross country. So like the regionals course it was made for running cross country, which is kind of cool. So.
Which helps allowing
sure.
passing to take place and
For sure.
not having to step on those tree roots as they come out and all of that. You're laughing because you know what I'm talking about from when you ran in high school.
Oh, yeah.
And then what are some of the memories you have so far? And you're only a year and a half into college, but your college running, what are some of the things that stand out for you as you've participated now through 2 cross-country seasons?
Yeah, I mean, just the team environment is awesome. I mean, coming from high school, it was an awesome team environment in high school, and I was like, how can it get better? But it's definitely better. And that's not to say anything bad about my high school experience, but my high school experience was great, and this has definitely exceeded my expectations. I think the team environment, Coach Huff just brings so much energy and so much positivity to practice. It's just like my favorite place in the world to be. So.
Now, your season's not over yet, is it?
No.
You got a big event coming up this Saturday. You're going where it's going to be a little colder. You're going north up to Lansing, Michigan. Tell me the excitement getting ready for the NCAA championships.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Definitely. I mean, I knew this was a possibility for sure, and it kind of became more of a possibility as we got closer and closer. But now that it's actually real, it's pretty cool.
So what are the plans? When are you heading up there?
Yeah, so we leave Thursday morning and race on Saturday morning.
So Thursday you'll get up, get a chance to scope the course maybe a little bit, and then Friday a light run in, and then Saturday the big event.
Yep.
So and what time of the morning? That starts at like 10 a.m. in the morning. Well, I'm sorry, 11 a.m. because you'll be Eastern time.
Right.
10 a.m. our time.
Yep.
So do you like that early morning start, or do you like the later in the day?
I do. I like the early morning, getting up and getting after it.
So now, the ones I went to college with, the big cross-country runners and all that, they used to go out on Thursday night before a Saturday meet and carbo load. A lot of pasta. Any dietary habits you have to help prepare for the race?
No, pretty much keeping things, similar to how I always do. And obviously the night before I like to have some pasta and chicken and salad. So
What's your favorite pasta?
Probably just like penne pasta. I don't know, just traditional.
And like a red sauce, a white sauce.
Yeah, red sauce. Red sauce is good.
So almost spaghetti-like type, even though the noodles the pasta. Don't want to offend any Italians out there. The pasta, the penne style on that. So what are your goals going into this race? What are you? If I saw you on Saturday afternoon and you got X place, what's that X number that you're going to look back and say, that's awesome? Because we've talked on this show, and I know you haven't necessarily heard it, but in swimming and track, that you're not always running against the competition. You're running against yourself. Mm-hmm. You're trying to improve your times and things like that. What is your goal personally for this weekend, whether it's a time or a place?
Yeah, I think just going out there and giving it my all the last race of the season, I think I've definitely already exceeded my expectations this year. So, I mean, just trying to top what I've done so far. I think place-wise, I don't even know. I think just trying to do my best and compete as hard as I can is kind of the goal. I mean, there will be some CCIW girls there, I think. So I think just trying to be with them for sure and, just have fun and run for the team.
Do you build pretty good relationships with your competitors, especially the ones who you see from weekend to weekend?
Yeah, definitely. It's a really good environment, I feel like, here. And, everybody congratulating everyone. It was cool to see that I think the 2 Wheaton girls also qualified, so I'll get to see them there, too.
That'll be fun for you. Now, we're going to be talking with Coach Huff a little bit later in the show, and he's not here yet, so he's not going to hear what you say.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Coach Huff and what's it like to run for Coach Huff?
It's awesome. Oh my gosh, I hope I don't cry. It's so great. I think he just brings so much positive energy to practice every day. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I like that there's a little emotion there. That means you enjoy running for him.
Yeah, he's definitely probably the best coach I've ever had for sure. And it was funny before the race. I don't even know who it was. Someone just came up and yelled like, "Oh, you guys don't realize how lucky you are to have this guy as your coach," and that kind of like hit me. I was like, "Wow!" Like, so that was cool. And yeah, he's just awesome person. Just brings so much great energy to practice every day, and is really cares about us, not just as runners. And
well, now I'm really, really I was excited to talk to him, but now I'm really excited to get to meet him and talk to him and about you and about the rest of the team, both the men and the women, and how things are going. We are talking with Annalese, cross-country runner from Illinois Wesleyan, and we thank you for taking some time out of your day with us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You are listening to and watching the Titan Coaches Show.